the shoulder and elbow push, and I can't stand it, especially against somebody bigger. Anybody that's bigger than me, what I want is I want to put pressure against their face and their head because it's uncomfortable. If I just try to fight Jim's shoulder, that's a lot of work. Stay. That's not. Right? So, again, you got to find the way that ideally works best for you. Got it? If I leave my knee above my elbow, I'm fighting my own knee against Jim's body. I'm literally pushing my knee into his body, and I can't move my knee across because my arm's in the way. All right? So that elbow stays on top when you slide through so that I can extend my way out. You're getting stuck in butterfly, right? Half butterfly, is that wrong? No, you're good still. You're still good. If you can get all the way through the guard, awesome. But if I get stuck here, it's okay. I like an armpit shove, where you get underneath that armpit, 4 fingers up, right? Pop and pull, but you notice when I pop and pull, I'm bringing my top elbow high, and my fingers are almost like a 45 facing the ground, because now I'm opening that side that I need to get into. I'm not letting go of Grace's hip or her waist when I do this, because no matter which way I do it, when I get her up, I come up, I pop and push, I need to keep my hand here to prevent her from driving into me and to use to push off. We finally get up and we're turning, we're bringing this leg in. I have zero idea. I know everybody knows better, but this is a no-no. The other thing, as soon as I get that clearance, again, as soon as I pop up and I pull here, I want to do everything I can to connect my far elbow to my near knee. All right? I need to make them connect. It's going to be a lot harder for Grace to drive through if I have a wall here. The second they disconnect, she now has the space she needs to work on passing. What I want you guys to concentrate on is 2 things, really. Again, it doesn't matter how I alleviate this pressure, right? It doesn't matter how. The 2 things that need to happen no matter what is this top arm, my elbow needs to be high and on a 45 towards the ground, because I'm opening up the space on her far side. The second thing, when my knee comes through, I need to connect my knee and my elbow and not let this arm go. I need to keep control on her hips. If I lose that control on her hips or my knee and elbow disconnect, it's going to be a lot easier for her to pass and get through. Top side, she's in, I have my frame, I'm in. I don't care how you pop, you can come up, push and separate, right? You can go to the shoulder push, get underneath that armpit, push up and over my right shoulder so I can get my elbow up on a 45 here. But I keep these connected and I'm going to make contact with her hip the entire time. And I'm not abandoning this top hook. Where my elbow at right now is bad. I want my elbow outside of her shoulder, not inside. So, side control, right? So we've talked about this a bunch of times before. Right, traditional side, I'm here, I'm applying pressure, I'm in. That's 1. You guys that are white belts, I'd rather you concentrate here and here, like at a wrestler's side. But as you get more advanced, yes, you're going to bring that arm around and stop that hip here. But what is stopping that hip, especially at a beginner level, leave you to? Yeah, so you get a lot of them being able to push away really fast. All right, so if I'm going to stop the hip on this side, I need to make sure that I have heavier pressure coming down towards the head so I can control. That's a lot more work for her to get out of than me just sitting in side control. Right, so as you guys get more advanced, you're going to see how side control changes. So traditionally, you're always taught what? This, right? Get that arm out of the way. Here, suck it in, a lot of pressure. This is really good basic control. From here, people, a lot of times what you'll see is a leg extend, and they keep that pressure drop down on the hip. Or you'll see the other end where my knee comes up to stop the hip on that side, and I'm applying a lot of pressure towards the neck. You'll see a lot of wrestlers bring that arm around, and they'll angle themselves on a 45. Right? So Side control changes the more that you know, just like everything else. All right, so with your partners real quick, I just want you to run through different variations of side control real quick, and then we're gonna get into some rolls. Got it?
Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Blind lust. And so in the same way, the science philosophers of the 19th century talked about the world as being based on brute force, unintelligent energy, and worked out a conception of man as a real consciousness, reason, and indeed also the judgments and feelings to us were nothing but the end product that we of natural alienation between man and nature without precedent. I am a